Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
The Honorable Mr. Rahman MPD as a lecturer of Information, Communication, and Technology in Language Teaching, and my beloved audience. So today we are from Group 2. We would like to discuss about chatbot and its implementation for English language teaching. And for the first material will be delivered by Revi Oktaviani Mariska. For Revi, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Rifai. Okay, the first is, what is chatbot? Chatbot are computer programs that interact with user in natural language. The origin of the chatbot concept dates back to 950. The chatbot example are ELIZA and Alice, where the main goal was to mimic human conversation. These chatbots are designed to provide humans with information support. Today, there is various social media platforms that deploys and develop chatbots such as Discord, Facebook, Messenger, Telegram, and the other. The most common chatbot is Google Assistant, which use voice recognition that most Android users ever use. In this PPT, we will discuss ELIZA, Alice, and Cookie chatbot. The second example of chatbot ELIZA. ELIZA is an early chatbot of natural language processing computer program created from 1964 to 1966. That at the MIT IE lab by Joseph Weizenbaum, ELIZA was created to demonstrate the shallowness of communication between machine and human. ELIZA uses pattern matching and substitution methodology that gave user the illusion of the program. As stated before, the project is meant to demonstrate the shallowness of communication in machine. But some individuals were surprised by how ELIZA attribute to human-like feeling, therefore create the ELIZA effect. Scholars thought that ELIZA would be able to help people's psychological issue with which called a doctor in treating patient. It is the first chatbot capable of attempting Turing test.
Okay, for the next material. 3. ELIZA effect. ELIZA is a computer program that emulates a Rogerian psychotherapist to provide a text response. For example, for user input, "My mom hates me," the program might return, "Why do you believe your mom hates you?" Rogerian therapy itself is a therapeutic technique in which the client takes an active, autonomous role in therapy sessions. This therapeutic was created by Carl Rogers. It is based on the idea that the client knows what is best, and that the therapist's role is to facilitate an environment in which the client can bring about positive change. Interestingly, he created ELIZA to show superficiality of communication between machines and humans. He didn't expect that when the original ELIZA first appeared in the 60s, some people thought she was human and get attached to her. ELIZA Eliza fooled people that she can understand them and empathize with them. If even Witten Wohn's own secretary was loving Eliza, and she was famously said to him, "Would you mind leaving the room, please?" when she was chatting with her. Weizenbaum rejected rejected the notion that machines could replace human intellect. He argued instead that such devices were just tools and extensions of the human mind. He further stressed that computers' understanding of language was entirely dependent on the context in which they were used. Furthermore, Weizenbaum argued that a more general computer understanding of human language was not possible. The ELIZA effect can be useful in building a complete AI mock system, but it can also mislead or confuse users. The idea may be useful in evaluating modern AI systems such as Siri, Google, Cortana, and Alexa. Fourth, the example of chatbot, Alice, ALICE, or Artificial Linguistic Internet Computer Entity, or simply named Alice, is a chatbot program composed by Richard Wallace on November 23, 1995. It interacts in the conversation with a human user by using heuristical pattern matching rules to the human's input. Alice was inspired by Weizenbaum's ELIZA. This program is the strongest program of its type and has won the Loebner Prize for humanoid talking robots 3 times, but it failed during attempting the Turing test. Okay, for the next material, to Rifai.
Okay, for the number 5, we are talking about the example of chatbot named Cookie. Cookie is implemented primarily using as an open standard rule-based scripting language called Artificial Intelligent Markup Language, or AIML, which entails hand authoring chatbot replies in response to an analysis of incoming user input data with a blend of statistical models, machine learning, and manual review or tagging. Cookies are embodied AI bots designed to befriend humans in the metaverse. In the previously known as Mitsuku, Cookie is a chatbot built on the Pandora Bots AIML technology by Steve Warswick. Okay, for the next material, we are talking about Alan Turing. Who is Alan Turing? Alan Matheson Turing was a British mathematician, computer scientist, and philosopher, and was born on the 7th June in 1912. He studied at the King's College, Cambridge between 1931 and 1934. He earned a first-class honor in maths. Shortly afterward, Turing studied at the Princeton University in America, where he found an interest in cryptology. This proved to be one of Turing's most well-known skills. During the Second World War, Turing returned to England and was employed by British government at and then secretive Bletchley Park. He worked to decrypt the secret enemy message and even designed and built a machine to crack the famous Enigma code. His machine enabled the Allies to find out many German secrets and play a huge part in allowing the Allies to win World War II. It is estimated that the discover information hidden in the codes helped shorten the war by up to 2 years and save over 14 million lives. In 1950, he created the Turing test, and sadly in 1954, he died of cyanide poisoning shortly after he was prosecuted for offenses that no longer exist in the British Empire. Due to this, in 2013, the Queen guaranteed Alan Turing as a pardon, and the Prime Minister made an official public apology over the way in which he was treated. Okay, next material will be delivered by Fitra.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, next material is about what is Turing test. In 1950, Alan Turing, a British mathematician, wrote an essay entitled Computing Machinery and Intelligence. In that essay, he raises a question that is the basis for the development of artificial intelligence. To this day, he wondered, can machines think? He has the belief the, that one day there will be a machine that can think like humans. However, he also views that if it is happen, it can bring a big problem. For this reason, Alan Turing created a test called the Turing test. Turing test is a test on machine to see the level of intelligence of the machine. Alan Turing argues that if humans can build a machine that can think, then there must be a definite criterion to say whether the machine is capable of matching human intelligence. Okay, next. Next, Turing test stages. Alan Turing created the Turing test with a barrier between the investigator and the two systems that perform the test. The two systems that perform the test are humans and computer machines. Investiga- Investigators will ask the same questions without knowing who answered it, whether machine or human. If both of them can show the same way of thinking, then the machine has reached an intelligence equivalent to that of human. Many experts at that time, next please. Okay, many experts at that time disputed the test. They say that the Turing test is not necessarily 100% valid. If a computer machine can pass the Turing test, it doesn't mean that machines can think like humans. Some experts argue that the machine can perform consistent behavior so that it can pass the test. Two types of results emerge, one of which is weak equivalence, where both systems, both human and machine, will have the same results, but different ways of thinking. Another result is strong equivalence, which means machines have the same way of thinking and results as humans. And what is the purpose of Turing test? As mentioned earlier, the Turing test was created to determine the level of intelligence of a machine. One product of the development of this test is the emergence of a chatbot system. If you often use applications, you must be familiar with the chatbot feature. Chatbot is a form of smart machine that has been embedded with related information. For example, say you are using a commerce application and want to file a complaint. You will meet an answering machine that asks you about the complaint submitted. Unfortunately, the chatbot feature still doesn't answer a human's needs. Machines are not like humans who have emotional bonds, so they don't feel empathy. In fact, some problems require a sense of empathy that can be felt by humans. In addition, the chatbot itself can only handle basic problems. For complex problems, human assistance is still needed because machines cannot think on their own to solve complex cases. Okay, next. Here, the diagram of Turing test. The standard interpretation of the Turing test in which a player C, the interrogator, is given the task of trying to determine which player A or B is a computer and which is a human. The interrogator is limited to using the responses to written questions to make the determination. Next. And the add materials, what is Loebner Prize? The Loebner Prize is the contest developed by Hugh Loebner and the Cambridge Center for Behavioral Studies. It's the first implementation of the Turing test that awards a grand prize, $100,000 of a gold medal for the first computer whose responses are indistinguishable from humans. Each year, an annual prize, $2,000 and bronze medal is awarded for most human computer. Okay.
Okay, the next material is about idea as a teacher in using the chatbot for teaching English. The idea of using chatbots for teaching English is to use chatbots as an exercise for students to improve their basic English conversation skills. In detail, I will instruct students to start trying to chat with online friends based on artificial intelligence provided by a chatbot application called Replica, my AI friend. Replica itself is an interactive AI chatbot platform capable of duplicating interactions with fellow humans. Replica is supported by an advanced AI called natural language process, which is able to provide natural responses to users over time. This bot is also able to adapt well and adapt to the situation that the replica owner is currently experiencing. Therefore, as a teacher, I see the potential to use this application as a training suggestion for students in honing their speaking skills. Okay, back to moderator.
Okay, that's all from our group. Hopefully this presentation today will be benefits for us. So thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi
warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.